the whole Kaepernick situation is like, are we done yet? Is it over with? Can we let it go? Like, he got the settlement. Eric Reid got their paper. He got picked up on the team. Jay-Z said, we're done with kneeling. He got flack for that, whatever. Did my video. I think I'm going to have to re-upload it on his channel. All that happened. So, now Stephen A. Smith, who's in the media like always, all the talks of Coon and this and that and tap dancing and butter biscuits and all that, despite his words of saying, I support his kneeling, I support his protest, I believe he's blackballed, he deserves to be in the NFL. That's not the context, right? So now this is what black folks in our silliness, this is what we doing, which we often do. You know, the whole, this person can come to the cookout, we trading this person for that person. You would think that black folks would not joke about trading folks that happened to us before. But this is what I don't understand, right? We're just opposing Max Kellerman to Stephen A. Smith, and the one woke basketball player that's not playing no more, that's always on, social media, Twitter trolling and whatnot. He gonna say a white man shouldn't have to tell Stephen A. blah, 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 blah. When you look at the fuller context of what he said, he agreed with what the white man said. I don't agree with either one of them. But he agreed with what he said as far as the protests and all that other stuff. What he's saying in context, right? That shit matters. Negroes don't understand context. You're asking the NFL for a job. You're asking them to employ you. You're on the interview. You want them, they don't need you. But you come trolling them with the shirt, just like you did with the pig socks, just like you did when it was allegedly that Miami was looking at you, but you gonna put on a shake of it. No, the one dude from Cuba, dictator, you put his shirt on while there's conversations about Miami, right? Does it matter to black people that was a situation? No, but if you want to go to Miami, which have a large Cuban population, and they don't bang with their former dictator, Castro, you putting on that shirt, it's just what it is, right? So Max Kellerman is the guy that says, wear the Kunte shirt, do what you want to do, blah, blah, blah. Max Kellerman, the white guy, is telling you what you want to hear. Stephen A. Smith is telling you what you need to hear and what you need to know. Now, if Cap doesn't want to play, which I don't think he does, as I said in different videos, the moment I saw Cap doing all that, despite what it was about and what it really meant, not having anything to do with the flag or the soldiers, I know because the first time I went to a Buffalo Bills game, they asked, I know, I watched how old-ass white dude looked like he was in World War II or some shit. Saw two random white boys that, they didn't take their hats off during the national anthem. And this is before it was a thing, like before they paid for the patriotism or whatnot. And he scolded at him like, put your hat down, stand to attention. And they listened. He wasn't even with them. He wasn't their kids. That's when I said, yo, they take this shit serious, right? This is some shit that if you do that, it's going to be a problem. Now, we saw what happened with the media and the ratings, and stuff went down, stuff went back up. Blah, blah, blah. We broke down how the Nielsen program, if you're not in it don't matter, because if you're not in that program, your ratings don't get counted. We know that there was a 5% drop in attendance, a 2% drop in 10% drop in attendance, 5% drop in viewership. Yet the NFL in 2018 still made a profit of 5%. Each team got $250 million. Then the last season with dude from Kansas City Chiefs, it made it popping. I'm gonna argue all the black quarterbacks in the league made it popping, and I think this year is gonna be even worse because all four of them. Well, one is a biracial person, dude from the Chiefs. They all in it for MVP. Dude from Baltimore, dude from Texas, and dude from Seattle. Sierra's husband. That dude. Right? So I'm saying, like, my epiphany was like, damn, every team that had a black quarterback, like, a lot of black folks was going to those games. Particularly, I seen so many black women tailgating, going to the games. Chicks could be working in corporate America. It could be a union giving them free tickets. I don't know what it was. But that year after, everybody was like, well, we're not watching no more, and it's over. I'm looking at my Snapchat, my Twitter, and all this, and Instagram, and I'm like, yo, there's a lot of sisters at games. I thought y'all was boycotting. Nonetheless, all that happened, right? So I'm thinking we over that. It's all good. After the settlements happened, I'm thinking it's done. Then the Jay-Z situation happened, like, boom. Then the NFL does some last minute shit, and they're like, "Yo, this is our terms." Cap said, "No, we don't want to follow those terms." Cool, but the point that Stephen A. Smith is making is that if you want to work for them, and that's fine if he doesn't, which I said that was the whole point of my whole spiel, is that he don't want to work. It's probably a bigger bag and being an activist, and he ain't got to get CTE, right? So it's probably more profitable for him to be the martyr, go out, set his legacy in history. You know what I mean? Like, that bag is more longevity in that. Him playing 5-6 years as a quarterback, right? Getting banged up, but before he's 40, versus being on some social justice warrior stuff. Maybe he goes into politics. Who knows? Whatever. Who knows? You name it. But I just don't think he want to play. And that's fine if he doesn't want to play. But don't act like the things that he did won't lead to him not playing. Right? Trying to dictate the terms. Like, everybody talking all this bravo, beat your chest, rebellious stuff. None of y'all doing that shit at work. Y'all don't even go to the bathroom without permission. Like, come on. Like, stop it. That's not cool. I'm just saying, like, the stuff that I'm seeing from people who want to be fake rebels and they want to see people rebel and go against the system. I'm like, it's a whole bunch of other dudes in the NFL. It'd be funny. It'd be different if it was like half the NFL. It'd be different if it was like 20 prominent black players doing the same thing he was doing. But it's not. It's just Cap by himself and Eric Reid talking shit while playing both sides, getting settlement money and getting a check for the NFL, right? But it's not. Everybody else is off that, beyond that. But I don't know. I don't like the way we think. I just don't like the way we have knee-jerk reactions and not being realistic. What Stephen A. Smith said is, if you want the job, this is what you do. What Max Kellerman said, if you don't want the job, this is what you do. And if he doesn't want the job, do what Max said, and that's fine. But this whole let's trade Stephen A. for Max, and Max is woke and all this other bullshit, like, we got to stop doing that. Max is one of those bitch-ass white liberals I despise, just like Bill Maher, just like Sent from the Young Turks, and others. But don't do that. Like, you can't discredit this man's entire career. You don't know what this man experienced and what he did and dealt with to be the highest paid sports journalist on TV. Right? I'm sure Max had to do half the stuff that he had to do to get to his position he's in. In fact, Max benefits from the platform that Stephen A. Smith built with the other dude that's with Shannon Sharpe now. And that's the funny thing. Shannon Sharpe, who gets a pass, who is the woke dude on TV, who they love to see, right, said the same exact thing that Stephen A. Smith said. You had an opportunity, you blew it, you messed it up, boom. He said the exact same thing that Stephen A. Smith said, but he ain't getting none of the smoke. That's the crazy thing. Even his counterpart, Skip Bayless, said, I'm done with Cap, I'm not defending him. A lot of people who are in the league, who are behind the scenes, who support him, not verbally, publicly, but they're all done, right? So a lot of folks felt, despite the contract situation, all that, him canceling the event, having a new event, this and that, they're done with Cap, right? Shit, Jay-Z Ben said he was done with Cap. No, I'm just playing. He ain't say that. He said we're done with kneeling. But I just don't get how we think, man. Like, when you trying to go into somebody else's house and change around the furniture, it's not gonna work. It's just not. And I'm saying, if you want that to be the case, God forbid black folks ever get their shit together on the collective level and have businesses and own companies or organizations. You've set you've paved the way for them to undercut you the same way, right? I don't know. I just think in the future that way. Most of us don't, because we support a lot of things, policies, and ideas that would affect us if we had our shit together collectively. It's like we opened the loopholes for all that stuff to come back. I don't know, but I got another video asking the question, can a black man be an independent politically? Because it does seem like the more I listen to some of these celebrities that are wealthy, they're apolitical, but for their own personal situation, they're definitely independents. Now, they may support a Democratic candidate or tell you to vote Democrat, but personally, they're not Democrats. They don't support either party, or they pick and choose based on either how it's going to affect their pockets or what they feel is the most pertinent thing for them and their families, which is how politics should be done. But I asked the question, can a black man be an independent? Because it does seem like when one said he is, everybody tells him he's not. And he's this and he's that. He's right wing and he's left wing. All that's like, damn, can I say what I am? I don't know. But Stephen A. Smith, from my take, is telling you how the world really operates. He doesn't deal with the fantasies and the emotionalism. Like, this is how the world works. This is what you do to get your bag and win within that world. You could be rebellious and do what you want to do and listen to Max Kellerman and be on the unemployment line. It's up to you. Unless you're going to create your own shit and do your own thing, this is how it is. I reckon that folks should do their own thing, but that takes too much work. And we love white validation, so people ain't doing that. We fighting for inclusion and want to be involved in the people shit. I saw some article about some new Amazon show, like This Love Is or some other weirdo show. And folks is crying about, oh, what about the black love interest and this and that? Why ain't there this? Like, this show is not for you. It's their shit. Stop begging them. It was the same situation with Girls, and then they cried about that. And then, oh, Issa Rae came around. They were quiet for like 2 minutes, and then boom. Now they were crying about the other show that's on HBO with the women, and how Lenny Kravitz's daughter and Lisa Bonet's daughter, she's the only black person on the show, but she's a double biracial person. I don't know what that is. That's some different shit. But they were writing articles mad because they didn't harp on her blackness or what is left of it. But I'm like, this chick is a bohemian, vegan, weirdo, married to a white dude. Like, that storyline has nothing to do with the fact that she's half of a black. I don't even know how to put that shit into processing the thoughts. But I'm just saying, like, it's weird. We think the ice is colder, so we don't go build our own thing. Fine. Then we complain and bitch about them running their show the way they want to run their show. It's their shit. You want to dictate the rules? Create your own shit. But, like I said, we could be setting platforms, paving the way so that other folks can undercut our shit. Think about it. So I said, when it comes to this last note, this is an example of like illegal immigration, and let's say black folks had a kick-ass black community, and just like the Democrats have been doing, they dump all the immigrants into their community. They're not going to the white neighborhoods, they're going to the black neighborhoods, right? And they're forcing you to let them come into your schools. Let's say Elmer Johnson's school that does not existed. And of course, his school's not public, so that's not a good example. But I'm just saying, let's say it was. He was taking public funds. And then, like, people in the community start suing, and all the immigrants are like, well, we want to go here, and we want to be a part of this curriculum, and this and that. You won't let us in. We've paved the way for that to happen easily. Again, that's future thinking, but I'm saying it can come back and bite you in the ass. This is my video. Don't listen to Max D. If you want the job, don't listen to Steve Kellerman. If you don't want the job, listen to him and do what you want to do and go in there and be rebellious. I gotta re-upload that video I did about William from Girlfriends. It's kind of in the same line with this video. I'm out. I'm done.